Alright, this is part 2 of the new WMS functionality. The first video was mobile delivery. This one is on-site work orders. They do share a lot of the same functionality, so definitely go watch that one first if you haven't yet. And here we go. Okay, so we'll start on our work order. So we have a work order here for a field install. Right, and we'll start by allocating a technician to this job. So come to functions, allocate technicians. Right, choose a technician. Just keep Jim. We'll make it today at, let's make it at 11 a.m. Right, for 2 hours. Okay, hit OK. Come down here, just check. Okay, we are good. You can allocate multiple technicians multiple times, whatever you need to do. Let's come back over to the app. So we'll now go into on-site work orders. You see, looks similar to delivery, right? So we have a technician, right? So we're gonna filter on the technician would filter on himself and on the current date as the default, and then you can go and you can change these if you need to. But the idea is that you come in here and you just hit search and you'll see all your jobs for the day. Okay, so here's a job 402. Just click on that. Alright, so we come into the order page where we have the order number, the address. The address you can click on and it'll take you to your default mapping software, again like delivery, where you can go and you get directions from there. Okay, if there was multiple technicians on the job, you'd see a comma separated list here of all the techs on the job. Okay, header comment is a comment from the work order itself. Okay, so you get down here and there's a start button. So when you want to start recording work time for this job, you just simply hit that button. Time starts. Alright, then you come down here and you'll see that, again, similar to delivery, right? We have notes, signature, and camera. So let me go on notes. Now in delivery, I would do, a one-line note, but just show that it can be a lot more. I'll paste this paragraph in. Say okay. And there's the notes. Let me go to signature. Again, take a signature. Okay. Go to camera. Take a picture. Go. Say okay. Say okay. Can take multiple pictures here too, like I showed in delivery. Right? So there you go. Okay. So this is the order page for the on-site work orders. Like line, for example. Right? And these pages are the same as when you're on the regular work order. Alright, but we did add, well, you can go into components, that was already there, but we did add this functionality where you can go and you can add a component. So say there's a piece that you didn't know that you needed, but you have it on the truck, you can go to the truck and you can just add that component. So you do that by the plus sign down here. Right? So here's your item number, right? We'll start with that. So there's multiple ways you can put your item number in. You can just type it in, right? You could do a lookup, right? So here's all the items. So this is basically all the items at your location. So you have to have an SKU set up, right? You can start typing in an item, right, and then hit the lookup, and then it would filter on, every item that has that text in that item number. You can also, if you had like a warehouse type device with a scanner attached, you could scan it in. So I'll just simulate that here, right? Okay. And then, so that's the item number. Then you put in your quantity. Now your quantity could be put in two different ways. One is a quantity per. So say you're installing 10 doors and this piece needs to go on all 10 doors. You can keep it, you can say quantity per of 1, right? 1 per door. Or say, a piece broke on one of the doors, or just one door needs a certain piece for whatever reason. You can keep quantity per disabled, and this will just be 1 for the entire job. So say okay. Alright, so now we have a component added to our work order. Right, you go back to the work orders. And there's your component. Now this functionality was also added to regular work orders and shop orders. So you have that there now also. So you're in the shop, something breaks, you have to go and use an additional item. You take it and you can just add it right from there. Alright. Right, so now you're on regular components, so you can come and you can do your take just like normal. Right. And there you go. Alright, let's go back to the main page. Alright. I'll stop the timer. Okay. Now we'll come and we'll go into time entry. Okay, and we're going to pull in this work into time entry. So we'll go to actions, functions, get scan entries. So what this actually did was create time entries, which has been in the system for a while, not used a lot, but now with this new interface, we think it's going to be used much more. So I'm just going to filter on J Welch here. Okay, and this is the line that came in, right, for work order 402, right, so it got bumped up to 15 minutes, and that's because we have a rounding setup in contractERP setup to bump everything up to the 15 minutes, so even though it was at 7 minutes and 17 seconds, it came in at 15 minutes, right? And we come all the way over here. You'll see here are the scan entries, right? That was used to create this. So we look at this, right? So here's our scan in and our scan out. Okay. Then lastly, for work orders, similar to mobile delivery, we can do work orders offline. So we'll go and say offline. And this is a way, again, I explained this in delivery, but just say it again. This will work if you're at a site that has no cellular, so you can't get internet, right? Or if it has poor internet, and everything is taking forever to upload or whatever, you could just come and you can say, okay, I just want to work offline. Right? So now when you do that, again, like delivery, I go to Onsite Work Orders. And now it says, okay, no internet connection, loading local data. So again, like delivery, what you want to do is, if you think that this might be a problem, just come in and open all your work orders for the day before you even leave, right? And we've got everything loaded, so this way you won't need internet when you're actually on the site. So I'll come into here, right? I'll take another signature again, just to show, right? Say okay. And now let's go back. And I realize I forgot to show this, show all the stuff before. So let's go back to the work order. Work order 402. Right. And here are our 3 fields again. Right, so we have, let's go to our image. Okay. Go to our signature. Right, now you see that this is our first signature, right? So second one isn't there yet because we're still offline. Let's go to tracking entries. So here's our large note. Okay. And so now let's go back to the app. And now we'll say, go back, we'll look at our outgoing commands. So here's our outgoing command. We'll look at that. Again, you don't have to do any of this when it comes back online. Everything will just sync up automatically, but this is just where you can see it, right? So we'll go back and we'll say, okay, now we're back online. This will check. Again, this will check like every couple of minutes, but we'll just push it through now. We'll check for internet, every couple of minutes. Okay, so now let's go back to our work order. Refresh, and here we have our 2 signatures now. Alright, so that's it for on-site work orders. So let me just cap this off by going through a few generic stuff when it comes to all this. I'll start with, we added the camera and signature and that type of functionality to other workstations where they made sense. So I'll just show, like at receiving, for example. Bring up the POs, select this PO. Right, so here we have signature and camera. So, you can use this functionality as you're receiving the material, for example, right? Okay. Next is, so because a delivery guy isn't going to want to see every workstation, right? And same thing with the a guy doing field install, he's not going to need to see every workstation WMS. So for that person's resource, right, I'll just go into any one of these. And we added that you can hide the individual workstation. So if Jim was doing deliveries, he'd hide receive and hide put away, hide shop, right? And you can also, even for the guys like working in the warehouse, right? The guys doing receiving and shipping and all that stuff, right? He might want to hide shop and workstation, right? He might want to only see receive and put away, move, pick and ship, right? And then going the other way, the guy working in the shop might only want to see the shop. So we have this functionality here for that. Another thing is we added an alert. So we have a new alert down here, WMS tracking update. So whenever there's a WMS tracking entry, like the notes that come from the app, and when a route is completed, it can create an alert that will go to the PM or the salesperson or whatnot, purchase service or PO, for example. Lastly, in addition to Windows and Android, WMS is now also available on iPhone. Okay, that's it. Contact Access IT for information on purchasing these granules.